Good morning. My name is Cipriani Davis, and this is my Take 10 with TVET. The development in Point Lisas was taking place, and there was a shortage because Point Lisas was taking all the untrained technicians and craftsmen to fill in the need for technical training and to reduce the cost of bringing in foreign technicians into the TVET system. So Point Lisas was draining the oil industries and other sectors, manufacturing, of trained personnel, because of course they were paying higher money, pure economics, and some of them were for opportunities because they were offering scholarships and promotional opportunity for a lot of people who were in TVET education. So in 1994, they were putting down the oil refinery in Point 410, and the Germans offered the government training to develop people for the energy sector, and they brought in a group of experts from Germany, the German Chamber of Craft in Aachen, and they brought in Fritz Werner, a company. And the German system, you have to be associated with a company in order to get certification and to run training. And then we had trained a number of instructors, 30 instructors and 15 management personnel to implement the NSDP program. It was the first time such a venture took place, but it was under the auspices of the Germans, who insisted that we must have meisters, which are their master craftsmen, and these were the teachers, were to be the teachers for the NSDP program, and they must have management personnel who understand management of TVET and human resources and so on. So it was a broad training. The craftsmen who were then taken from Tech and from MIC, and a number of places around Ministry of Education. We had one or two people from there, and we formed the NSDP staff and management. Came back here in 1995. The master craftsmen spent 6 months training in Germany in various craft areas, and electrical, electronics, mechatronics, and some of the other areas. We had the welders who were certified in plastic welding and regular welding, and of course the mechanical people who were trained in machine shop basically, at the high end, high precision machining and so on. During this training we were taken to various institutions in Germany to see the German system and to understand the functioning of the German system. And then we returned to Trinidad in 1995 to establish the NSDP program. At the time I was the manager in charge of the program, and we implemented the program. We had a center in Port of Spain at the TVET Trade School. We had a center in Macoya where MIC was running. And then after that we established 14 other centers over the years, including 2 in Tobago. I think I was kind of groomed by my training and education to head some of these initiatives. So NSDP became a big success with the industry. A lot of the manufacturers were happy. We placed the trainees, we didn't call them students, we called them trainees, in the industry, and they spent 4 years, 3.5 to 4 years in the industry, because MIC being the foundation for the NSDP program, they were focusing on tool and die, precision machining, industrial maintenance technicians, and we provided the backbone for industrial development in Trinidad and Tobago. And many of our graduates ended up in the energy sector also. And because of the highly specialized training we got for our instructors from Germany, they were firing on all cylinders, so to speak, taught at both institutions. And so I had a good hang of the curricula, what was being done there. And therefore I felt it was important for the National Examination Council, NEC at the time, to link up with us at a 35-hour program. However, they did not have the infrastructure to test at the level we were at in MIC. So I developed examination unit which was separate and apart from the teaching unit. So we set up a separate examination unit. They set the exam in collaboration with the German chamber. They came down every year, free of charge. We paid for their travel and for their hotel, but they never charged us for the services they rendered. So I'm trained and certified at the highest level for TVET in teaching and learning and workforce development, and also monitoring systems and evaluating systems. I think the Ministry of Education have to revisit and relook at what is happening now, because in the next 2 years or so, we'll be crying out, the industries will be crying out, manufacturing, the energy sector, everybody will be crying out, and we'll have to go back to the old days of importing technically trained people into our country. I believe that Trinidad and Tobago is set for development. I was happy in 2012, I think it was, when the University of the West Indies started a master's program, Master of Art in Technical Vocational Education and Training, which provided leadership for the TVET system and for workforce development, including human resource management of workforce. A place like the National Training Agency was set up to monitor and to support the work of TVET in the schools and in the technical institutions and places like Whitep and Serval. We need to have the accreditation council well manned, well organized, well structured, with our boards in place, with our senior management well qualified and experienced, who can drive the system. We have to get TVET going. Every developed country, TVET is a driver of the economy. In Germany, they are #1 in Europe. With all the downturn in the European economy, in Spain and Greece and many countries, Germany remained unmoved because of their system of training and development. We had a good program going through the MIC and the industry, placing trainees there to learn and to develop. Now I'm predicting and prophesying that there will be a great loss to our people, to our industries, when the COVID-19 epidemic has taken its final toll of craftsmen and highly skilled people in the developed countries. They will come here looking for people, and they'll offer salaries that cannot be offered here. This is about nurturing and harnessing the energy of our young people. We have so many criminal elements in the society. TVET is the solution to that. The old adage says, the devil find work for idle hands. Let's engage and employ our hands in TVET education. It's not an option. I think it's mandatory.